Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. As is sometimes the case here, 3 HP, we got Sinvicta's hair, is what I'm gonna call this Eden hairstyle, it's not an item, and Dark Bum, pretty good actually, GJZT 3XWT. What I was gonna say, basic stats, not too amazing here, but as is perhaps surprisingly frequently the case in Isaac, I have not played the game in a couple of days. It's not because we've been away. I've just been recording other stuff. And oftentimes, Isaac actually has a large backlog because I can just go off on an Isaac hit, you know? Ooh, thank you for not being telepills, but I might have rather just taken the telepills hit than a tears down at this point. Yeah, like if I want to record Isaac, I can seriously sit down and knock out like 8 to 12 Isaacs in one day, and it's lovely. It's a great time. That might sound boring as shit to some of you, even those of you who've been watching for a long time. For me, it's a meditative form of peace, you know? It's like, it's the thrill of losing yourself in manual labor, you know, creating something. Even if it is somewhat derivative, I suppose, you know, still. It feels good. It feels relaxing, you know? It's like, it's Sisyphusian, but in a good way. Normally you don't use Sisyphusian like that, but anyway. So it's been a little while. Anyway, it's been a little while since I've played Isaac, so I'm hoping my skills aren't too rusty here. Spider Butt, maybe? I think that was there. This boss fight is gonna be hell. Ragman is, oh my god. It's like 10 shots to kill these guys. Ragman is annoying at the best of times. With bad starting stats, and I know that saying that has just gotten us banned from Nick's chat, but with bad starting stats and a tears down pill having, you know, hobbled us on this, the first of floors, I expect that this fight right here will probably make it implausible that we'll make it to boss rush. This might sound ridiculous, but I actually feel like there's a chance we may actually... probably not die, but at least, like, be unhappy with how our HP looks when we leave this room. I know that sounds ridiculous, because right now, you're sitting pretty. But I really feel like this is gonna be a fucking slog. If only we'd gotten, like, black hearts instead of spirit hearts. The 2 black hearts would already have taken this guy down to, like, 25% of his remaining HP. So, rest assured, I'm aware that, you know, this situation is pretty shitty right now. I would like it to be better. It'd be real dope for me if, like, I mean, it's like, there's a crisis of faith here. And the crisis is, what do you shoot at? If you shoot at the spiders, it takes you like 8 shots to kill a spider. He creates another spider in like 2 fucking seconds. So I think you gotta shoot at him, even though that's counter to the usual advice for Ragman. But then if you get too close to him, he just, you know, shoots a homing shot. The homing shot, because they home, they get faster the closer to you that they get, so they're very difficult to dodge. So for some reason, the game has seen fit to give me a few moments of seclusion here, so I was able to kind of... he got trapped on his own spider, I think, and this allowed me to get a little bit more damage done than I originally expected. This shit should actually be against the Geneva Convention. This is cruel and unusual punishment. I've never heard the first floor boss fight song go this long, I think. I think we've actually just looped back around to the front of it. Oh, this run. For this boss fight, I will at least say, thank Christ we had okay HP. Because if we had terrible HP, we'd probably be dead. And now, was that a half-ass reference to Hugo Weaving's line near the start of the 1999 film The Matrix? Yes, it was. NL, did you want to say that The Matrix came out in the year... I guess we do want to take Book of Sin. Did you want to say that The Matrix came out in the year 1998, but then you changed it to 1999 because embarrassingly you looked it up recently? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I don't know what in my brain told me to stay with dead F and C scrolls as opposed to going for Book of Sin, but we're heading down to the next floor. It's honestly not that bad. I'm really hopeful that we get the deal with the devil here. If we don't, I think we are in danger of getting trapped in like a level 3 death spiral, and that's the worst. But we have the ingredients to get the ingredients for greatness and the knowledge to get us into college here. So hopefully we can make that happen. I guess Louse. It's only truly when you have terrible damage that you can see what some of these trinkets do. Louse seems to make a spider occasionally. I'm not sure if it's on enemy death or what, but... Enemy death Thor lives in a circle alone with the books that she wears. I might be a little spotty on the lyrics of Eleanor Rigby. Does she live in alone, surrounded by the books that she wears? Because I seem to recall that she does. Nobody cares. Chicken McNugget, sitting alone in a box waiting to be consumed. And then be exhumed, all the lonely people, where they all belong. Dude, you know your run's in a bad place when you actually, like, literally cannot kill the enemies rushing you down, even though they're slow. They're fast enough to still fuck your life up. Please give me a spirit heart. A bomb is actually okay. I really thought you were gonna pay out with a spirit heart there. You know your run sucks when dips scare you. We can play this game all day. But you know what? I've been in this road before. As long as we get through this room, I think there's a pretty great chance we actually manage to get this deal with the devil. Oh, come on. Oh, my lord. Please, God. Don't take that yet. Okay, first off, Tech Point 5, pretty valuable. Then we come in here, and this is what I was thinking. This is probably a pretty good spirit heart chance. And there it is right there. That's why you keep your donation machine fairly fresh. Then you take this, you get a speed upgrade. That's a little overkill. Oh, there's another spirit heart probably come. Oh, it's a spider. You know, I'll take it, but I'm not thrilled about it. Usually there's a tinted rock on these rooms, but life goes on. I really want to take one bomb into the boss fight. And not just to speed it up, but because I really doubt my chances of beating the boss without taking damage if we don't have that little damage bonus there. You know, just gives me a little bit more tolerance for making a big mistake. So, for now, it's going okay. Oh, we had a little weird slowdown there. What's weird, and this could be, you know, convergent destruction, but Sinvicta was talking to me the other day. I was talking to Sinvicta, and he was like, it's not a dominance thing to say that one person introduced the conversation to the other. He was talking to me. He brought up this topic of conversation. And he said, has your Isaac been having weird slowdown lately? And I said, it has. And he says, that's weird. Me too. I'm not saying that means anything's changed in the game. I'm not saying it's like the game ain't the same. Got younger people on the triggers bringing fame to their name, as Nas said on, you know, New York State of Mind. But we convergently have the same issue. Weird little slowdown. I'm not saying that means that there's been a patch recently issued or anything like that. Who knows? Could just be a coinky dink. For now, though, please God. If you could just, we're halfway through this. I would love Shoop the Whoop, but to be honest with you, really, we're kind of in like more dire need of something than Shoop the Whoop. I will say, Incubus was a stellar pickup, and that's not just meant to be a joke because one of Incubus's most popular songs was the song Stellar from the Cool Borders 4 soundtrack. That wasn't on Cool Borders 4. What was Stellar on? I can't remember. I probably just had it on like a PS4 or PS1 demo disc or something. One of 98's all-time greatest jams. How do you do it? Make me feel like Dr. Drew. That's not the lyrics, but there's how you skirt copyright law. I am not a lawyer. I anal. Range down. Doesn't really matter. Already, like, 90% of our damage is coming from Tech X, so a range down does not affect me very much. Incubus, big pickup. Black Powder, honestly, is pretty good, mostly because we have the speed necessary to make it work, and because we're not going to be too fucking picky about the damage that we do with Black Powder, because any damage is better than the damage that we're doing as of right now with anything else. So, I actually think that originally Black Powder was just kind of like a value add, but I'm happy that we did it. This is a tough room to use Black Powder on. I'm happy we did it, because I think it's more valuable than I originally gave it credit for. Oh, that's dangerous. If you could just provide me with chance to kill this enemy, that would be lovely. Trying to keep, like, some freneticness of my commentary going here, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna need you to please give me a chance to kill rooms in less than 10 seconds. And this one is an exception. You know what, Nick? I know you watch these episodes from time to time. This one's for you. No Curse of the Tower. Is that convenient that I'm taking a leave of absence on an item that could possibly ruin our run and thus our streak? Yes. But I really do feel like if there's any time that we have an obligation to skip this item, pardon me, I just ate some knackebrot. Knackebrot. I'm trying, okay? These dang Swedes out there not giving me a break when it comes to pronunciation. I thought y'all would be flattered that I know all about Malmo and Stockholm and Uppsala and Gotland, but instead they're just the slightly mispronounced Knackebrod pronunciation brigade is all over me, okay? I'll do what it takes to get you off of my back. Puberty, really, like, first off, a lot of pills. Secondly, a lot of kind of shitty pills. Now, we haven't really gotten much stronger on this floor as of yet, but look at that, man. Black powder is actually, like, hugely valuable for me when it comes to killing little Gertie before it kills me. We're not even that slow right now from a, from the perspective of, boss rush. Like, we're probably still gonna miss it. I mean, it tends to get harder to hit those splits as the run goes on. Especially when your item of choice, once you get down here, is a safety pin. That's not really that valuable for me. Oh, I can't believe we made it out. And we also got a Demon Hearts? What happened? I don't understand. That was just a botched Mighty Wind reference. Hey! What happened? It's been a while. Not my favorite Christopher Guest film, but still pretty solid. I mean, it's no Spinal Tap, it's no Waiting for Guffman, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna try this. It just felt like it was a secret room. It wasn't. Life goes on. I was willing to take a gamble, even though it broke the principal rule of secret rooms, which is surrounded by, 3 more rooms. Sweet. We got glitter bombs. Glitter bombs. Don't think we care about our shop too much. So, we'll try for a secret room here. Wow, that's a surprise. Also a surprise that glitter bomb worked out for us, so we will get a chance at an arcade on the next floor. I'm not too, it's not precious that we get the boss rush. We'll see if life, works out. It's like Michael Skype said. Michael Skype? He really missed his chance. Once he decided to retire REM, he should have purchased the Skype Corporation instead of Microsoft. You know who else missed the opportunity? Mike Rowe. He could be Gil Bates right now. No, not Bill Gates. He could be a parody version. He really missed out on doing the Gil Bates character. Oh, Skype, it's bigger than any other voice over IP protocol. The things that you will go through to keep talking to your moms. There's nowhere else to go with that joke, but I think at least, I'm not saying I deserve a round of applause, but I wouldn't turn one down for trying to make losing my religion, Michael Stipe, Michael Skype sort of connection. Or honestly, maybe that's time for shame instead of accolades. Maybe it's time for losing my religion. Though is pretty good. Sometimes people ask me, you're gonna think that I'm making this up. Sometimes people ask me, what's the best REM album and why is it Out of Time? I disagree. I can get down with some tracks on Out of Time. I don't know any tracks that are on Out of Time. Is Shiny Happy People on Out of Time? But I think, for me, it's gotta be Murmur. First off, Radio Free Europe, classic song. One of the all-time greats for college rock radio. Talk About the Passion, these are classics. And then I think after that, you gotta go with their mainstream enormous success, Automatic for the People, Sweetness Follows, What's the Frequency, Kenneth? Night Swimming, Man on the Moon, like, you can't deny that. I got nothing against Out of Time. I'm just saying. Maybe it's just me, but for me, Automatic for the People is one of the best REM albums. But also Murmur. People never give enough credit to Murmur. They always lo-fi. It's worth it, man, I'm telling you. It's not guided by voices. You don't have to, you know, bust out your 8-track to listen to it. 4-track, whatever. Okay, this is fine. You might be hearing Niagara Falls in the background. I'm doing a little spring cleaning around the house. You know what I always say? It's May somewhere. Not here, though. Here it's July. Anyway, always nice when you record an episode around the middle of the month. And you go, will this go up in July? Yeah, this will go up in July. My Isaac backlog's not that big. Okay. Boss rush is becoming exceedingly unlikely here. Please tell me we have a chance at a deal with the devil on this floor. I recognize that we got a demon heart there. I appreciate it. Thank you, Glitter Bombs. We need something that makes our tiers better. Okay, that's actually really good. Pentagram does up our DPS. We'll definitely take Abaddon. I think we're just going to double down on the win now. So we'll grab Abaddon and Satanic Bible. That was not smart. The play that we did there was totally fine. That was smart. But the walking into the red poop or, you know, wasting our HP was not. I'd still think our damage is going to be relatively bad. Like, oh, I didn't even know we had a key back there. Tech X still helpful, but I think that we're lacking a little bit in the whole damage department, but it does get increasingly unlikely that we're going to lose, I'd say, due to Satanic Bible, and also, maybe I'm incorrect, maybe our damage is actually pretty solid now. We also got 2 guppy items on the same room. It's like we're the same person. I've been sitting in the lane swerving. She's drinking if she even ain't thirsty. I'ma give her that T-Pain squirting. Oh, that's, you know, Drankin' Partner by T-Pain, which I've only ever heard on the NPR concert he did without autotune, and it was transcendental. Transcendent. I'm telling you, man, we need to refactor the English language. It's getting ridiculous. Too many words. Everybody always has a problem. Oh, the youth these days are saying YOLO. I hate with no respect for the English language. No one says legitimate anymore. People say legit. If you ever opened up the fucking Oxford English Dictionary, there are words in there that you should be like way more offended about. And not offended in the sense that they like offend your sensibilities, but just offended that you're like, I'm wasting my time talking about fucking YOLO. And there's shit in this dictionary that's like a 13th century derived from Old English word for someone who churns butter professionally. A churnmeister, you know? Like, this is what people talk about. You can never add words to the dictionary. The dictionary's sacred. The dictionary is not sacred. One thing that I've really loved seeing this week is like I started following Merriam-Webster. You know, the not the porn star, but the dictionary company. I know that that's a common misconception. On Twitter, all Merriam-Webster does on Twitter right now, they have a word of the day, which is like, cut them some slack. They're a fucking dictionary. What's their social media presence supposed to be, except for a word of the day? And then also, shaming people who have been grammar fascists. Like, stop shaming people for using decimate. And then they just put like a bunch of emojis at the end. And I'm like, that is awesome. Or like Merriam-Webster will argue with people on Twitter about the use of proper words and be like, well, you're being an asshole and we're the dictionary. So you know what? Whatever we say goes. And I'm like, hell yeah, Merriam-Webster. I don't know what the kids these days would describe Merriam-Webster as. It's their slay queen. Is that what people say? Yas, slay. I just see this on Twitter. I don't know what it means. I see you guys tweet me some weird shit sometimes, all right? And I see it and I go, "Oh, I don't really go so far. Tech X is awesome here. I don't go so far as to be like, what's wrong with the nation's youth? But there are some times, I think we can afford to take diplopia now, where I'm like, where are the parents? That's some of the stuff that I see. Not always, but some of the time. I'm not saying, quote unquote, y'all need Jesus. I'm just saying, maybe it wouldn't hurt. Most of you are very nice, articulate, young men and women, the future leaders of tomorrow. But some of you, I worry. I worry about where you're going to fit into our society once the machines take over and we're basically just consigned to being manual labor for the robot moisture farms, and Honestly, I don't know if you got the skills necessary to thrive in a technocratic environment of that magnitude. We got Tech X. We can talk Isaac again. The run's fine now. Like, it was really shitty for a while. Pretty much just on the last floor, it started to pop off to an extraordinary degree. Tech X is going to be awesome because it's Tech X for one, but also because of the Incubus pickup that we got going on here. So, okay, it was getting a little silly, but that's fine. What you got for me, buddy? Thank you. Thank you. Total waste. But, yeah, like, as of right now, it's difficult to conceive of a loss here. Of a loss here. It's definitely difficult to conceive of us being the lost as well. Ooh, Mom's Contacts helps out a ton. Weirdly, we may actually have a bead on a teleport. I don't really care about giving him that. Not a teleport, sorry, a boss rush play. It seemed like it was unlikely, and I think deservedly so. I'm not super worried about the teleport. I think it's more important to just get into the room as fast as possible. And if we can do that, well, that's gonna help. If we can do that, then as long as we can beat Mom, we might have a chance. I love doing Diplopia boss rush scummery whenever possible. It's looking pretty unlikely now, I gotta say. No matter how fast your run is, once you get down to, like, beating Mom in 10 seconds, you're like, well, okay, if it's Red Mom, we just lose then. And I would say probably as of now, you would call this as not... Oh, what the... Do it. Do it. We're one floor behind? What the hell was I talking about? We're gonna beat Boss Rush. I didn't realize we were only on Necropolis 1. Usually I go into the Mom fight by accident, thinking we're a little less far into the run than we actually are. This time I was off by like one floor in the other direction. Magic 8 Ball. 2 of diamonds. You've been out too long in the midnight sea. Fine, sure. Does Lump of Coal actually work with this? Yes, yes it does. I feel like I say that a lot, or I ask that question a lot. Of course we want chaos. Is there a conceivable way to get it? Yes. And I think I want to have some fun on this run. And you know what, Sheryl Crow? I got a feeling you aren't the only one. All she wants to do is have some fun. She's got a feeling, yeah, she's not the only one. All she wants to do is have some fun. Until 8:30 p.m. on a Sunday. Come on, some of us have to work in the morning. Okay, buy chaos. And then we get, I was going to say a teleport card, but no, we just got the Empress instead. We have been to the item room. You know what, we've been to the shop on this floor as well. We might as well just leave. I'm pretty content to have spent those 2 cards and all of our money on chaos. I think chaos is a correct choice for us here from a humor, an absurdity standpoint. You know, we wildin' right now. I wouldn't dispute that. I just learned that word the other day from the Smell Yo Dick music video and subsequent rap geniusing of the lyrics. What does wilding mean? Wilding means to be acting like a crazy person. It makes sense. It's like the meaning seems quite literal. You got something for me? Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at this point. We're gonna go down to the chest, duplicate. Sometimes mentally, I just don't have it in me to use Diplopia properly on the chest. There's a set way that it works the best, I think. Definitely Lucky Toe. I think that way is you first open all the chests. And then anything that you want to duplicate, you don't pick up. Anything that you want to reroll, you pick up. And then when you use Diplopia, the empty chest will become a new item and you'll get another chest. I believe that's how that works anyway. So hopefully it proves to be correct. It's not good enough to stop here. I feel like, 5 bombs that are also spider bombs. Pacifier does lower tier delay. I'd say that probably makes it worth it. Plus, the Spirit Heart. Plus it makes us a little tiny baby boy. Little too fast for my own good right now. Wheel of Fortune. Sure, let's take Wheel of Fortune instead of the Empress. We really don't benefit from having the Empress. Like, our damage is already good. We might as well have 1 extra item, then maybe we could Diplopia. I found pills. What? I was thinking that's like the opening song to Final Fantasy. I found pills. Nobuo Uematsu, if you're out there listening, very appreciative of your work. Cranked that Final Fantasy VII soundtrack all the time as a kid, as a young teen. How did I get it? That's a great question. I actually don't know. This is like pre-file sharing, pre-YouTube. I might have just left. Maybe there was a sound test menu or something. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm basically just stealing that joke from Comedy Bang Bang now, but... Okay, the Bible. Don't really care about this item at this point. Very secular, at least when it comes to Isaac. And if you find yourself asking, are you secular when it comes to your real life? I think it's none of your dang business, is it? You watching me because of my personal beliefs? Or are you watching me because I play a video game? And if you're trying to infer whether or not I'm religious or agnostic or an atheist from the way that I say that sentence, I think you're projecting a little bit, good sir. All I want to be known for is not my personal beliefs, but rather just being the best Isaac player in the world, and also making a damn good banana bread. No, don't even get me started on the differences in nomenclature between a banana bread and a banana nut loaf. Well, Chaos may have just fucked us out of becoming Guppy there, but that's okay. People are always like, oh, banana bread. Is that something like the banana nut loaf that I get at Starbucks sometimes? No! Those frauds wouldn't know a proper banana bread if the ingredients for said banana bread were left in their freezer until they turned so black that light could not escape after the rays passed into its clutches. I actually don't know where I'm going with this bit, but that's okay. You gotta be willing to, you know, throw on the tow line and then do a spacewalk from time to time just to see if you still got it. That's where true magic is discovered. Also, did you know music is real motherfucking magic? Because you can't even hold it. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. You may notice I'm got a pretty wild attitude about consumables right now. I do basically just not care about the consumables at the present moment. You know what? Let's use 2 keys. Fine by me. We really just don't need anything at this point. I actually, like, for a while there, especially after the first couple of floors, I thought we might just get fucked. I thought this run might be in fucked territory. Instead, it got actually pretty damn good. I mean, we actually have a decent beat on the Hush fight. We could become Guppy, although, you know, it's not any more likely to happen on this deal with the devil, I guess, than to happen anywhere else, thanks to the Chaos pickup, but we'll see. Could pretty easily become Guppy on the chest. Little Chad is fine, man. Might seem like an item that I'd be disappointed about, but that's not the case at all. Synergizes very nicely with Dark Bomb. Definitely, I will spend 2 Spirit Hearts to go in here. And so far, so good. We got 2 spiders and a live bomb. Just what I've always wanted. We only took 1 heart of damage on the way in there anyway. High Priestess, again, fairly irrelevant. Will I fight Hush? I mean, that's a darn good question. I feel like we have sort of the right run for it. We don't really benefit from AAA battery here. Benefritter is also another product that I've been working on in my line of banana breads. It's a fritter. It's a blueberry or an apple fritter, or a blueberry apple fritter, but that costs you 50 cents extra because we're putting a lot of fresh produce in there from the farmer's market. But it also contains a lot of Beneful, you know, the synthetic fiber that you use if you're not getting enough fiber in your diet, you know, you're constipated. We call it a Benefritter. And then when the Beneful lawyers, you know, from Johnson & Johnson come and say, hey, you can't use our product name without our permission, we say it's just it doesn't use Beneful, it uses our own brand of liquid fiber, and it's just named that because it sounds like benefit. So, shove that up your ass. Shove that up your incredibly clean, well-fibered asses. If you even use your product, this episode is just, it's found itself in a strange place. Book of Revelations. How fitting. We turn to the good book in our time of need. Okay. Do you think there's ever, like, a Council of Nicaea over the fact that they call the Bible the good book? I'm not saying it's not a good book, okay? I've never read it. But there's been a lot of really good books that have come out. First off, definitely Guppy's Paw. Now we're Guppy. For example, Clifford the Big Red Dog. That is a good book. George Orwell's 1984. Of Mice and Men. Halo, The Fall of Reach. There's been lots of classics. Surely, oh, there's another Guppy item down here for flipping free. So we'll take Mom's eyeshadow to spite it. God damn it. Surely there should be a conversation to be had over, like, hold up. The Bible has been the good book for like 2,000 odd years. Can we give it to like a John Grisham courtroom drama for once? I feel like it should be like the heavyweight champion of the world. Like 2 books should have to fight it out every year in order to be called the good book. Otherwise, I mean, it's just nepotism, isn't it? To just let one book continue to be called the good book. I can't believe we've actually given some money back to our donation machine on this run. We're not going to let it go too long, though. So I'm like slightly concerned, because we could actually take like quite a good bit of damage in here, but the fact that we're Guppy should make this pretty simple, I suppose. I'm noticing now that we're spawning about, you know, 1 fly every quarter of a second. If not more, actually. Just got to make sure we actually charge it at a appropriate interval. We're not holding charges too long. Holden charges, main character of The Catcher in the Rye. That's another, I think, you know, probably from 85 to 87, that should have been the good book. Unfortunately, most people, this is all politics at this point. Similarly, I think it's quite rich that that one television show has been called The Good Wife for so long. I mean, sure, Juliana Margulies, she was great in Ghost Ship. I'm sure that her husband's a very happy man, but at the same time, there's plenty of good wives out there. Why does she get to be the good wife from the year 2008 until the present day? It's like, come on, hello? 50% of the world's population could be wives. Sometimes more. Just big shout out to all you wives with lives out there. Not wives with knives, though. You gotta put those knives away, okay? I understand that you may have been wronged, but at the same time, this is not the right opportunity to use this. It just violence has never solved anything. Alright, the Hush fight was actually very easy here. This run is now longer than it needs to be, but I'm glad I knocked out the Hush fight on a run that is fun. And we're still gonna get up to some diplopia shenanigans once we get down here. I'm excited about that. It's been a good run. I think we've been on point for commentary too. We can just take the rest of the episode off. You didn't think I was joking, did I? Did you think that I was joking? Well, this is actually a big moment, because this is win 25. Means that it's equal to our last streak, and also means that we're at, you know, 50 wins out of 51 matches. That's pretty impressive. You know, putting together 2 half-decent streaks like this. The last streak could have been this streak if we just didn't have that really, really awful D6, not D6, but 6-room reroll that just turned us into utter shit. But that's, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, man. I would do it again, you know? You may not agree with it, but I'd die for the right for you to say it. It's Paul Revere, I think, said that. Paul John Deere. I was going to go in a different direction with that joke, but I couldn't think of another famous Paul. Chris Paul. Rue Paul. Paul Mall? Paul Oakenfeld? Of all of the characters in The Hobbit, Paul Oakenfeld was the one that I found the most annoying. They're all like, oh, should we deliver the ring to Smaug's trash palace? And then Paul Oakenfeld is just there like, doom, 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 doom. And they're like, come on, dude. Okay. If we want it doubled, don't pick it up. Weirdly enough, I don't even want this HP, but we should take it so we get it rerolled anyway. I think we want this doubled because it gives us luck, and we want this doubled because it gives us damage. But we'll take this because I think a reroll is better than having 5 extra bombs. We did get the mom transformation there. Why don't we double the pills? They could be good too. Okay, we get mom's knife, 4 HP, 2 small damage upgrades, 2 decent luck upgrades, and then all these pills on the ground. Oh, I forgot to use the freaking... Oh, well, we cost ourselves 1 item. Being a big old dummy. Bad gas. We also got number 2, an item I actually fairly like. Pheromones, puberty, health down. All-time classics, thank you. Okay, let's go finish this off. Actually, the run is, like, exceptionally strong now. And I'm hoping that with those 2 extra luck upgrades and the fact that I ignored Guppy's tail twice, we should have a good chance to pick up some red hearts. And by red hearts, I mean chests. That's where I was going with that. Fame is totally fine. There's our first benefactor. There's our first benefit from what we've done here. Our first Benefritter. I'm telling you, man, this business is going to take off. How to jump. Just keeps showing up, man. I close my eyes, but I just can't stop. And I just can't seem to get enough of... Good enough how to jump. Get enough of how to jump. You guys remember that one? That was a banger. I wasn't alive when it came out, but I'm assuming people were banging. That's what they did back in the 70s. Search your hearts, you know it to be true. And this is another one. People are going to tune in for the start. They're going to tune in at the end and be like, just another Northern Lion luck run, Mom's Knife, Tech X, Incubus. Yo, go watch the Ragman fight and tell me we don't deserve some semblance of beauty on this run, alright? We worked for every goddamn damage upgrade we got here, okay? And I'd do it again. I'd defend to the death your right to say it. As Paul Oakenshield said. Halo of Flow. Okay, Death's Touch. Now the luck's getting a little ridiculous, I'll admit. This guy's gonna die in like 2 seconds here. There you have it, Ragman. About 90 times harder than Blue Baby. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.